Two. Yeah.
Okay, we're in business.
Good? The government of the United States of America!
You got more time for me? That's like your loudest line.
That's one of the loudest lines. My name is Jinho Ferreira, or you can call me the Piper. I'm a rapper, an artist, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, and I'm a deputy sheriff with the Alameda County Sheriff's Office. I'm about to perform my play, Cops and Robbers. I play 17 characters. It's a story of the dysfunctional relationship between law enforcement, the media, and the black community. Cops and Robbers is a story of perspectives. You'll see a lot of things in it that you recognize, and you'll see even more things that you've never seen. It'll cause you to look deeply into yourself and question what you have come to accept as the truth.
They already shot one of us. I'm not fucking dying in a jail riot. This is Emma Instigator with breaking news. Inmates in the county jail have attacked a sheriff's deputy. Maurier! You would not have to spend the rest of your life in a pen, man! Okay, that's it, Maurier. Come on down, Maurier. That's it. Hey, now put the gun down, Maurier! Put the gun down, Maurier!
You know, it's a weird feeling because I was so frustrated when I wrote it. I was on perspective overload. I was working as a cop. I had a degree in Black Studies. I was in constant communication with former classmates and my professors. My wife is a teacher. She has her PhD in education. She wrote her dissertation on post-traumatic stress disorder in inner-city children and vicarious trauma and the teachers that serve them. You know, and then I have the entertainment industry. I'm constantly making music and doing shows. So all of these different perspectives just came crashing together, and I was at a point where, you know, I had to get it out of me, and thank God I'm an artist, or else I would have gone crazy or turned to something more destructive.
Piper is extremely creative, extremely driven. He's constantly wanting to learn and use that knowledge to analyze and figure things out, how to make things better.
So the reason why I wrote this play, or the reason why I went in law enforcement to begin with, is the game of the relationship between law enforcement and the black community. I remember being at the Oscar Grant protest after Oscar Grant was shot. Thousands of people, you know, different races, different economic backgrounds, and, you know, everyone's there and passionate and in search of justice. And, you know, I began to think, what are we doing here? What do we really want? And I was going around talking to people, and the recurring theme was people believed that there were cops that existed that didn't care about the community. There were cops that existed that may have been racist. There were cops that existed that were heavy-handed or trigger-happy, right? You know, our best case scenario would be if we could get rid of all of these cops. That would be considered a huge victory by the people that were at the protest. But then the thought struck me, if we did get rid of all of them, who would replace them? No one that thought like us would be willing to replace these bad apples, then it's a high probability that someone that thinks like them would replace those cops that we didn't approve of. So that would mean that in our best case scenario, change wouldn't really occur. It would just be a matter of time before we were protesting again. So I spoke about it to my wife and you know, some of my teachers and my mother, and you know, I kicked around the idea of going into the academy. I didn't think they would hire me. You know, I was from Oakland, and I'm on YouTube videos, you know, rapping with Snoop Dogg, talking about injustice. I didn't think they would hire me, so I went and I paid my way into the academy. I took my own money and paid my way. You know, and the academy was 7 months long, all day, Monday through Friday, a lot of running, studying, fighting, shooting, driving, and you know, I graduated pretty much at the top and gave the commencement speech.
We're creating sort of an expanded community policing and problem solving that can better help build neighborhoods and connect with people, help to franchise our communities.
As opposed to attacking the people that are actually committing the crimes, which we do sometimes. We try to attack those factors. you know what I'm saying, that would lead to crime. This is what the sheriff's office did. They said, we're gonna carve out an entity, a unit, that specifically deals with the community, period. My unit is the Youth and Family Services Bureau Crime Prevention Unit. We have offices in the Reach Ashland Youth Center. So Reach stands for Recreation, Education, Arts, Career, and Health. And we provide the recreation. And right now, it's the perfect opportunity because with the Affordable Care Act, before you had people that would go to jail and they would get treated for their drug addictions while incarcerated. They get treated for mental health problems while incarcerated, but then once they're released, that treatment stops. If they're taking classes while they're locked up, once they're released, those classes stop. They could be working toward their GED. So, you know, my unit works to make sure that those services continue. It would have never came about if it wasn't people in law enforcement that thought creatively. We're able to leverage the resources that law enforcement has at its disposal and the political will to create change. Now, I don't know how far we're gonna get. You know, I don't know how long I'm gonna do it. But I know at this point in time, you know, I'm wearing a uniform as a cop. I'm performing a play about injustice and about disenfranchisement of young black males and little sisters and racism while I'm wearing that uniform. I'm working during the week and then I'm performing this play on the weekends. And I'm making music. I made a soundtrack for the play. And my wife and I, who's an educator, we wrote a book for the play, complete with a curriculum so that the youngsters can study the lessons in the play. You know, I performed the play in Santa Rita, you know, 50 inmates and me. So I'm creating art that's reaching the demographic that it's written for the first time in my life. I draw inspiration from all of you.
That's right.
Everybody that's moving forward and that's trying to improve the quality of life in this country. My name is Jinho, the Piper Ferreira, and I am a game changer.
Now the children of the land, they can care less about our ideologies and the politics. Ain't no philosophy ever fit me. A kid starving ain't thinking about chemistry. And we plan so long that we don't do. And we really want to help, but we don't move. And we get gridlocked and we just stop. But if you listen, you can still hear the bodies drop. So you want